Checking him over at first again. A little bit scary there. Pintar hoping to get a nice lead here so he can get a good hit and run here. And it squirts away from the catcher. And Pintar is in safe to second base. So we got a 3-1 count here on Nielsen. Now we can really be a little more selective with where he's going to be looking for his pitch. Doesn't have to swing at anything. Doesn't have to protect the plate necessarily, but can kind of look for the one that he wants to rip. That's high for ball 4. Nielsen is on base. Dons have now got runners on first and second, with only one out in the inning. Hopefully start a little bit of a rally here for them. Up here we got our cleanup hitter. See if we can scratch across a run here. Outside for ball 1. A little bit of early trouble here for the Lions. Dons are really putting the pressure on him here in the first. Ooh, big cut, but a big miss. Strike 1. If anything else, we're looking for a nice productive out here. Hopefully be able to move the runners both into scoring position. Here's the pitch. Low it again, and we're moving them on. Ooh. Now we got runners at second and third after the pass ball. Now he's got to be looking for something, hopefully up in the zone. He can drive out to the outfield, potentially get a sac fly. Ooh, beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate. Counts now 1 and 2. And got him. Check swing, strikes him out. Dons have 2 down, but still threatening here with runners on second and third. Number 5 hitter coming up. A little high for ball 1. Dons would love to see at least one of these runners get across and get themselves up here on the scoreboard here in the first inning. Right down the middle for strike 1. Got a 1-1 count here. Pitcher's still got to be thinking to go low in the zone here. Don't give him anything to drive too hard. Ball 2. grooves it in there for strike 2. Now the pressure's on here a little bit. May need to choke up a bit to protect the plate. Just hoping to get one of these runs across. Low in the dirt. Got ball 3. It's worked it to a full count. Let's see what he can do here. First base is open. Could potentially take a walk and load the bases up here, which is exactly what will happen. He takes the walk. Good disciplined at bat there.
Now batting for the Dons, the second baseman, number 23, Dylan Hall.
All right, number 6 hitter, third baseman Dylan Hall up. Got the bases loaded. This is what you dream about as a kid. Ducks on the pond. See what Dylan can do here. Got a low one for ball 1. Just looking for something he can handle here. Base hit here will probably score 2. Rips it. First baseman gets to it, and we've got out number 3. The Dons were able to load the bases, but we're not able to scratch across any runs. Just a reminder, tonight's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling Plumbing, 2 Jack's Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive, as we are heading to the bottom of the first. Obviously, we love seeing it live, but you can also check us out on our YouTube channel. It's at youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Be able to watch all of our games from there as well. As we're getting ready for the bottom half here of the first, the Dons have had a pretty good season so far. They are currently 1-0 in their region, starting off pretty good. See if they can keep it up here.
Leading things off for the Lions in the bottom half of the first inning. Third baseman, number 10, Austin Holmes.
All right, and here we go. Bottom of the first starts up. And it starts off with a strike. Leadoff hitter is Austin Hogue for the Payson Lions. Foul tip for strike 2. It's already got him on the ropes here. See what he gives him. Just a bit low and outside for ball 1. Good thought, though, to expand the zone a little bit. Don't give him anything to hit here while you still got him with 2 strikes. And there it is, the punch out. Hogue goes down for out number 1.
Now hitting for Payson, the shortstop, number 5, Kale Ford.
High for ball one. To shortstop Ford. In the dirt, but the catcher's able to block it. Got ball two.
Come on, Vance.
Let's look to get it a little bit more up in the zone here. Looking better, looking better. There's strike one. Takes a cut at it, tips it a little bit there for strike two. All right, 2-2 count. Fouls it back behind the plate. That's going into the parking lot. Fighting for his life here on the 2-2 count. Little high, brings us to a full count. There it is, strikeout number 2 on the game. Looking dominant so far at the beginning onset here of the game. Brings up number 9, first baseman. Bit high for ball one. Right down the pipe for strike one. Looking really good. Seems like he's got a good command of his pitches so far. Oh, got him with the off-speed pitch there, it looks like. Counts now 1-2. Oh, and he rips it right down the line. But the third baseman makes a beautiful catch. And that's going to be it for the inning there.
At the bottom of the first, for Payson, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the first inning. We'll be right back with coverage of the second inning.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Welcome back to the top half of the second inning here in Payson. We are still scoreless here in the top of the second. Don's threatened with the bases loaded, but weren't able to scratch across a run. While the Lions struggled against our pitcher, and he was able to get us 2 strikeouts, and then a beautiful play by our third baseman, put the side away.
Leading things off in the top half of the second inning for the Dons. Right fielder number 5, Sage Olson.
The Dons will start off the inning with number 21, Sage Olson, right fielder. Number 7 hitter in the lineup. Beautiful pitch for strike one. Seeming to really like that low inside part of the plate, but misses just a bit for ball one. Catcher's able to dig that one out of the dirt. Keeps it from squirting away. Ball two. Wilson looking pretty comfortable up there. Digging in with those beautiful Nike cleats. Rips it up the middle. Shortstop's able to gather it. Get it over to first. There's your first out of the inning.
With one down. The batter for Spanish Fork is the designated hitter number 15, Josh Dart.
Designated hitter Josh Dart up to the plate, number 15. And you take strike one. Lefty takes it just outside for ball one. All right, one out in the inning. Dart hoping to get on base here to hopefully start a rally here in the second. Big cut. Just misses for strike two. Back away just a smidge on that one. Low and in the dirt for ball two. Not a lot much elevated in the zone so far in this game. And right as I say that, there's one nice and high for us. There's a full count. Good cut, but fouls it off. Dart's putting up a good fight here in this at-bat. Not a ton of offense yet in this game. They did load the bases up in the top of the first, but weren't able to scratch across a run. Rips it over to second base. Second baseman is able to gather it. And there's out number two. Dart got a good hold of it.
With two down.
Just wasn't able to squeak through the infield.
We'll bring up the left fielder, number 13, Carson Chapel.
Brings up Carson Chapel. Left fielder for the Dons. Little dribbler. And he's able to beat it out. Not the most powerful way to get on base, but hey, it'll work. Carson Chapel is on with 2 outs for the Dons. Taking it back up to the top of the order. Tate Newman. Newman popped it out to second in his first at bat. Obviously hoping for a better result here in at bat number 2. Pitches in the dirt, squirts away from the catcher. Chapel's able to make his way on over to second base. One out count here to Newman. Takes it just a bit low and outside there for ball 2. Dons once again are threatening here with a runner in scoring position. Another one low in the dirt. Newman's worked his way into a 3-0 count here. See if he takes this one. Generally, the percentages will tell you that taking on a 3-0 count's a safe thing to do. But hey, if you like it, why not go for it? And he does indeed take it, thinking it was going to be ball 4. Says no. It is strike 1. Three-one count, still a hitter's count here. Oh, and he rips it out to center field. Center field's able to corral himself right underneath it. And that is the top half of the second inning for you folks.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors.
Just a reminder, today's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, 2 Jack's Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive. As we move on here to the bottom half of the second inning.
Hey, let's go, guys. Get some runs.
The Dons have done a good job here. They are getting runners on base. They just can't seem to get any of them across the plate here.
Everybody will follow you. Let's go.
Dons will be hoping for a repeat performance from the bottom half of the first. Pitcher was able to get 2 strikeouts, able to put the side away in order. He'll be dealing with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Lions lineup.
Things off for Payson in the bottom half of the second inning. Center fielder number 3, Garrett Benson.
The Lions will start off the inning with their center fielder and cleanup hitter, number 3, Garrett Benson. Lefty takes ball 1. Oof, beautiful pitch. Just nabbing the inside corner there. Continuing to look sharp so far in this outing. Really seems to be doing a great job of locating his pitches. Gets a chopper out to shortstop and is able to get out number 1. Good play there by the shortstop, Pintar.
Pitcher number 18, Jordan Draper.
Hey, let's go. Be aggressive now, huh?
Lions now bring up their pitcher, Jordan Draper. And Draper takes strike 1. Another dribbler, getting it to third. And it's a beautiful dig over at first base to get the second out of the inning.
Hey, come on, guys. Let's go.
Hitter for Payson. Second baseman number 15, Case Sanderson.
Sanderson up at the plate for the Lions. Nice cut, but rips it just foul. The Lions have yet to get any runners on base so far. No walks and no hits, and 2 strikeouts. In the dirt and squirts away from the catcher for ball 1. Rips it down the first base line. First baseman gathers it up, tags the bag, and we've got out number 3. Lions still have not scratched across any runners so far on base. Still a very dominant performance here by the Spanish Fork Dons. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first 2 innings so far of the game, and we will be right back with more.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Loving that sign. And we are back to the top of the 3rd inning here. Spanish Fork Dons and the Payson Lions. Score is still 0-0. The Dons have threatened pretty well, getting runners on base, having the bases loaded in the first, and had a runner in scoring position at second base in the top half of the second, but still weren't able to get a run across.
Thank you so much.
Pintar fouls that one off for strike 1. Pintar was able to lead things off for the Dons in the first, hitting a single and got himself over to third base, but just got stranded there along with his other buddies at second and first. Rips it right down the line. It is fair. Rips it right over the bag, and Pintar is into second base with a double. Looks like the Lions coach is discussing it with the umpire. Concern is that it actually went foul before it went over the bag.
Center fielder, number 11, Cy Nielsen.
Ump says no, it is in fact a fair ball. Which brings up center fielder Cy Nielsen. Nielsen took a walk in his first at bat. Oh, Nielsen gets a hold of this one. Gets it out, and center fielder is able to get under it, but it does advance Pintar over to third base. So a nice productive out there for Cy Nielsen.
Batted for the Dons, the first baseman, number 34, Dylan Lee.
Brings up cleanup hitter, first baseman number 34. Fouls it behind the plate. That's strike 1. Seems like he's got the right mentality, though. The runner on third looking for something up in the zone. He can send out to the outfield, potentially get a sac fly, or even something better. A 1 count here. He's still on it, but another one behind the plate. Strike 2. Just a little bit under it. Dons have another great opportunity here, just like they have in the first 2 innings. See if they can't finally get a run across here. Digging in nicely. Gonna have to protect the plate a little bit here with 2 strikes. Low and in the dirt for ball 1. Dylan's got some pop here. See if he can't get one out into the outfield here. Can't really do too much with that one. That one's in another low one for ball 2. 2-2 count here. Even if it's just a squibbler over to first, that would probably still get Pintar to score. See what he can do here on the 2-2 count. Calls for time. You know, need some time to think things over. Gets back in there. Got another one up in the zone, but he pops it up. Shortstop gets over there and gets the out. Wanders over to foul territory and secures it.
One more, guys. Let's go, Jordan.
All right, 2 outs here for the Dons. Still got Pintar over there at third base. Another one in dirt, and he is running home. And there is the first run of the game. Pintar scores on the pass ball. And it is 1-0 Dons here in the top of the 3rd. And there is a base hit. Ripping it nicely into the gap there. Thought about extra bases, but he will sneak on back to first base. Good productive at-bat there. Gets the runner across on the wild pitch. Then does a beautiful piece of hitting, taking it the other way and into the gap for a single. Digging in here is Dylan Hall, third baseman number 23. Hall takes strike 1, and we've got a stolen base. Good anticipation and a good piece of running there. Gets another runner in scoring position here for the Dons. A 1 count here to Hall. Takes strike 2. Dons would love to get this second run across. Hall's going to need to protect the plate here a little bit with 2 strikes. Takes it the other way over the second baseman and into the gap for another base hit. Able to cut it off, and we've got a double. Another run scores there for the Dons on the double by Hall. And it is now 2-0 with the Dons of Spanish Fork over the Lions of Payson. First baseman chats it up with the pitcher for a little bit there. Calm the nerves down a bit. At number 21, Sage Olsen. Is not number 21. Is number 5. In the dirt. Coach calls a timeout here to go talk to his pitcher. Dons have done a great job of rattling him, getting several runners on base so far here in the first 3 innings. Unfortunately for the Lions, it's been the exact opposite story for them. The Lions still have yet to have a runner on base. Probably just going over some confidence here with the pitcher. It's 2 outs here. Still a good chance that he can get out of this inning fairly clean. Has given up 2 runs here in the inning. Score is still 2-0 in favor of the Dons. Another ball. Hearing that Finding Nemo reference. And there is ball 4.
Hey, you're all right. You hurt. Base now.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 15, Josh Dart.
Brings up Josh Dart, designated hitter. Runners on first and second. The Dons are still threatening here with 2 outs. And that is high for ball 1. Dart's hopefully looking for something here that he can rip. Keep this rally going. He does indeed rip one, but it is high in the sky. Foul ball behind the plate. Counts now 1-1. Looks like the Dons hitters are seeing the pitcher pretty well here this afternoon. Pretty much everyone has at least gotten contact on the ball here today. Pitcher gets set. Good off-speed pitch there high in the zone. Strike 2. Dart's dug himself a little bit of a hole here with the 1-2 count. As you can see him there choking up a little bit. Try to protect the plate here, protect the rally. Rips it the other way. And that is the inning for you. The Dons are able to scratch across 2 runs here.
Third inning for Spanish Fork. 2 runs on 3
And that is
hits.
2-0. The Dons over the Lions. Taking you over to the bottom of the 3rd.
Leads 2-0.
Please remember that today's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, 2 Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive.
Go, guys. Be aggressive. Go get him.
case you want to check it out, you can also check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Another way to watch your Dons play some baseball. Heading into the bottom of the third, the Dons have looked dominant on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well.
Number 1, the catcher, Gage Williams.
Brings up their catcher for the Lions. Gage rips it right down the line, but it is just foul.
Hey, good idea. Good idea.
Williams really got a hold of that one.
Find that line. Let's go. Let's get a double. Get us rolling.
Takes some time there to retrieve the ball. So taking the time to lace up the cleats. Always an issue. Gonna want one of those to fall off while you're running across the base pass. All right, 0-1 count here for Gage Williams. Just barely gets out of the way. Look out. 1-1 count there. Lions would sure love for Williams to get on base here. Oh, takes a big cut. A little bit ahead of it. Strike 2. Got fooled there by the off speed. Pitcher went right back to the off speed pitch. Williams offers at it, but is able to check his swing. 2-2 count. And that is strike 3. Third punch out of the night.
Now hitting for Payson, right fielder, number 13, Hank Bowers.
Lions now bring up Hank Bowers. Takes a good cut at it, but misses for strike 1. And there is strike 2. Motoring right through this Lions lineup. Ooh, just a bit high. Ball 1. Still continue to impress, though, so far. His location has been on point. Jams him up there. Foul ball. Still got a 1-2 count here. Still got a nice attacking mentality there on the mound. Another foul ball, this one high in the sky behind the plate. Continuing to overpower them so far. See if he doesn't pull the string here. Opts for more high heat. This time he's able to lay off for ball 2. Setting himself for... And there it is. Low and outside. The off speed gets him for strike 3. It's 4 strikeouts on the night. Making it look easy out there on the mound. Brings up the Lions' number 9 hitter. Gets a piece of it. He's able to corral it. Pitcher gets it over to first base, and we have another clean inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, and one more 3 up, 3 down. It's been nothing but zeros for the Lions so far as we head over to the 4th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in for the first three. Hope you stick with us for the next one.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to the Spanish Fork 17 coverage of this beautiful game. Got the Spanish Fork Dons versus the Payson Lions. It's a 2-0 game so far in favor of the Dons. Lions are getting blanked out in this game. They still have yet to even get a runner on base. Really is a beautiful day to be out here at the ballpark. It is definitely finally springtime. We had that crazy storm this past week, but it seems like we are finally heading towards some beautiful weather here. Not only is it a beautiful day for baseball here in Utah, it is a beautiful day for baseball everywhere. It is opening day for the major leagues. Every team is playing today. I personally am a big Red Sox fan. They are playing the Rays as we speak. And that is in the dirt for ball one. Another rip and another base hit for the Dons.
The batting for the Dons, the leadoff man, number 14, Tate Newman.
Chappelle on with a single. Start off the Dons inning here. Brings up Tay Newman. Newman tries to lay down the bunt, but it is a foul ball. It's a good idea. See if you can't squeak across another runner over into scoring position. Oh, we got another stolen base attempt, and he is safe. Bell's in with another stolen base. Two-strike count here to Newman. Going up the middle, right to the shortstop. Gather it. Just the first out, but he does advance Chappelle over to third base. Fortunately, an 0 for 3 game so far for Newman.
Shortstop, number 4, Andrew Pinto.
All right, Pintar steps in. Pintar's had himself a good game so far. He's got a double and a single. He also scored the Dons' first run of the game. See if Pintar can't get himself an RBI to go along with that run. 1-0 count. Oops, and it does. It gets through the hole, and there is Another run on the board for the Dons. Chappelle scores on the single by Andrew Pintar. And it is now 3-0 Dons.
For the Dons is the center fielder, number 11, Cy Nielsen.
Lions are making a swap. Top of the fourth still. And the Lions have decided to go with the pitching change. They're bringing in number 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A new pitcher for Payson. Now on the mound, number 7, right-hander Caden Leiter. Leiter pitching for Payson.
Looks like the Dons were able to chase the Lions starting pitcher. He's only able to get through the 3 innings. Gave up 4 runs. The Dons have looked impressive so far on offense, making solid contact. Some good disciplined hitting. A lot of these hits have been going the other way, being patient, waiting for their opportunities. Andrew Pintar really has been very impressive in this game. That's now 2 singles and a double, 3 for 3 on the day. Scoring a run and getting in that last RBI that you just saw. Cy Nielsen steps back up to the plate. Big cut, but just a bit ahead of it there for strike 1. Nielsen in his last at bat hit a sac fly, getting himself an RBI. On 1 count to Nielsen. Make it 1-1, just a bit inside. Pintar still over at first base. See what Nielsen can do here on the 1-1 count. Pintar is going. The throw is low, bounces up, and it is not in time. Pintar gets a stolen base, moves himself into scoring position here for Nielsen. Two one count. And there is strike 2. Digging in. As you can see, he's kind of up in the batter's box. Foul tips it, but the catcher's able to corral it in. And there's the first out.
Now batting the first baseman, number 34, Dylan Lee.
First baseman Dylan Lee steps up. Lee's 0 for 2 on the game. Struck out in his first at bat and grounded out to short in the second. Able to get a hold of this one, but it is foul.
Hey, one more, okay? Let's go, bud.
Two outs here in the top of the fourth. Another big cut by Lee. Strike 2, though. Leiter looking pretty good so far. It is up in the air, but it is foul. Lee staying alive, battling hard. 0-2 count. Oh, gets a good hold of this one. Center fielder gets under it. And there's the catch. That is out number 3.
In the 4th inning for Snake,
But
1 run on 2 hits.
the Dons were able to scratch across another run. And we are heading off to the middle. We are in the middle of in the middle of the 4th, heading over to the bottom of the 4th. Remember that today's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, 2 Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive.
Takes off in the bottom half of the 4th inning for Payson. The 3rd baseman, number 10, Austin Hogue.
All right, bottom of the 4th, and we are back to the top of the order for the Lions. Ooh, a little high. Ball 1. Hogue struck out in his first at-bat. Common occurrence for most of the Lions. So they've got 4 strikeouts here. 2-0 count. Make it 3-0. Everything a little high so far in this at-bat for Hogue. Has worked himself into a nice count here, 3-0. There's strike 1. Taking all the way, but still got a favorable count here at 3-1. And there is the first base runner of the game for the Lions. So Hogue takes the run, the walk. Certainly walked his way on over to first base. A little bit of vigor there, though. Brings up shortstop number 5. Ford showing bunt. Takes it for ball 1. Lions need to do anything they can get to get runners over in scoring position. Not shocked to see Ford showing bunt here. Showing bunt again. Is able to get contact on it, but squirts it foul. 1-1 count for the left-handed shortstop, left-handed hitting shortstop. Keeping them close over there, the pickoff move. Wouldn't want them to get too much of a lead. See if Ford goes for the bunt again. She does. Able to lay down. Gets it to third. Third baseman gets it over to first. Sacrifice works. Gets Hogue over to second base.
That brings up the first baseman for the Lions. Direction. Playing outfield for the Lions, number 9,
number 9. Monroe is back up. Lions finally have a runner in scoring position. Let's see what they can do with it. Monroe fouls it back for strike 1. They just have really struggled to make any meaningful contact. Had a lot of balls that have gone behind the plate. Decent amount of foul balls throughout the game. Just really haven't been able to square anything up so far. And there is one that is decently squared up. But in foul territory, first baseman gets under it. Looks him off over at second base. And we got 2 outs.
Now hitting for the Lions, the center fielder, number 3, Garrett Payson.
All right, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th. Score is 3-0 in favor of the Spanish Fork Dons. The Lions do have a runner here in scoring position, though. Garrett Benson at the plate takes ball 1. And he pops it up. And they are not quite able to get under it there. Just foul enough. Left fielder couldn't get to it. That'll be 0-2 then for Garrett Benson. Just hoping for something here now that they've got that runner on second base. Waves at it. That is a strike. One and 2 the count to Benson. A lot of noise. Center fielder gets to it, and that is out number 3. As Lions finally get one runner on base, but they are unable to get him across. The score is still 3-0, Spanish Fork over Payson. And we are headed to the top of the 5th. Thank you so much for tuning in so far. We hope that you stick around for inning number 5 of this awesome game.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to baseball here on Spanish Fork 17. Beautiful day at the ballpark where the Spanish Dons are taking on the Payson Lions. The score is 3-0 so far. The Dons have put on a good display here on offense, but more importantly has been the pitching performance. The Payson Lions have really only put one person on base so far.
The catcher, number 7, Josh Cowden.
Dons will start things off here in the top of the inning with their catcher. That is high for ball 1. Josh has also had himself quite a game here. He's walked, hit a single, and scored a run. See, pops that one up. Strike 1. Hopefully that doesn't break any car windows. Lefty digs back in here. See if he can't find something he likes. That is a beautiful off speed there for strike 2. Froze him up. One-two count. Ooh, just outside for ball 2. Don's hoping to extend their lead here, hopefully get their lead runner here on base. That is a good rip out to center field, and the center fielder is not able to catch it, and he is struggling. It looks like he may have gotten injured on the dive as he slides in for the triple. Calls for time. Hopefully the center fielder is all right. Looks like he may have jammed himself a little bit. Shaking out his left arm, it looks like. Trying to get a feel for it. Looks like he's got fellow outfielder shaking it out for him. Coach is running out there as well. Certainly made a great effort on that play and almost came up with the spectacular diving catch, but hopefully the kid's all right. Well, he's certainly jabbering a bit, so that hopefully is a good sign. It looks like it's rubbing the bicep there. It's always a fun conversation as a player, telling the coach, no, I'm fine, we're good. But it's, they've looking out for your welfare there, so I got to make sure that he is actually good, and looks like he will be sticking in the game. Coach and trainer are slowly making their way off the field. A little bit of downtime here on this beautiful day. I love seeing when it's spring, you've got the beautiful snow caps on the mountain, along with all the beautiful green in the area. That's what tells me that it's baseball season. All right, we are good to go. Got a runner on third. Takes it for ball 1. Third baseman Dylan Hall is the one at the dish. His last at bat, he roped himself a double. That's high for ball 2. With the leadoff triple, certainly puts the Dons in good position to put another run across the board here. Extend that lead. Gets under it. That is strike 1. Hall taking him back in, looking comfortable. Here comes the pitch. And that is strike 2. Good location there. A little bit on the outside. Make him think a little bit here with this 2-2 count. Would love to see something high. That way he can potentially get a sac fly. Does get something high, but he squirts it foul. Nice and close. Says it is a ball, though, so we got a full count. For third baseman Dylan Hall. And he rips it. Shortstop is not able to stop it. And we've got another run for the Dons. A single by Dylan Hall brings in the 4th run of the game for the Spanish Fork Dons.
Now batting the right fielder,
That'll bring up Sage Olson.
Pinch runner at first base, number 26, Lee Dawson.
I'm bringing in a pinch runner for Dylan Hall.
Correction, Dawson Lee running at first base.
That is Dawson Lee over at first base. Olson rips it, but it is foul. 0-1 count there. Always fun hearing the crowd. There we go. And that is through the hole for another base hit. Lee chugs his way on over to third base. And we've got another single.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 15, Josh Dart.
Brings up designated hitter Josh Dart. Got runners on the corners. Looking to avoid the double play ball here. But find a way to squeak across that run over at third. And that is strike one. Dart hasn't had much luck in this game so far. Hopefully that luck turns around here in this at bat. Fouls it off. That's strike two. Able to get a piece of it. Lee over at third, Olson over at first. Dart's able to tap it foul. Gets out of play. Able to stay alive here. Always difficult to fight off those outside pitches on 0-2 counts. Now we've got a runner, and he is able to advance to second. Didn't able to make the throw over to second, but generally a safe move with the runner at third. Wouldn't want to sacrifice that advancement and then have the person over at third score. So Olson is now over at second, so runners at second and third for Josh Dart. Able to get a little piece of it, scores it foul. Right over by my feet. Thankfully there's a fence here, that may have killed me. All right, Dart's still alive with the two runners in scoring position. Laces it out into right field, and we've got another base hit. Olson is rounding, getting to home plate, and he will score. That is a two-run single, and Dart tries to advance to second on the play and is gunned down. But that is still a 2 RBI single there by Dart.
Heading for the Dons, the left fielder, number 13.
And that is now 6-0 for our Spanish Fork Dons. Brings up Chappell. Oh, that's never fun. Fouling it off into yourself. Able to shake it off. Looks like he's fine. Getting himself recalibrated, readjusted. On 1 count. Big rip. Butt strike 2. Just a little bit behind it. Chappell's certainly done his job so far in this game. He's got 2 singles. Was able to also get a stolen base. Oh, look out. A little bit of chin music there. Counts 1 and 2. Still 6-0 here for the Dons. Rips it. And it is in the gap for an extra base hit. Rounding for third. Chappell dives in head first, and he has got the triple. Beautiful piece of hitting, able to stay back, take it the other way, and shoot it out into the right center gap. Chappell's now 3 for 3 on the game. That particular triple goes along with his 2 singles. And the Dons once again are threatening. Looking at a big rally here potentially in the top half of the 5th. And looks like we have got another pitching change for the Lions. Bringing in number 14. So Leiter is now out of the game after coming in relief. Let up a couple runs and just kind of seemed to struggle against this powerful Dons lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, a pitching change for Payson. Now on the mound, number 14, right-hander Haveron pitching for Payson.
Pitching change has happened, but this still could be a pretty big inning here for the Dons. The offense really has exploded here. It's been quite the sight to see. We've had a couple extra base hits. The recent triple here by Chappell. You also have a triple by the catcher. And we also have a double by Andrew Pintar and a double by Dylan Hall. Really, the offense has been clicking quite nicely here for the Dons. The Lions really have not had any kind of answer on the mound for the Dons today. Whereas it's been, as I said earlier in the broadcast, the exact opposite for the Lions on offense. They just can't seem to figure out the Dons pitching. Here we go, back to the top of the lineup with Tay Newman. Newman gets a hold of it, sends it out to right field. And the right fielder is able to secure it. But that is still a beautiful sacrifice fly by Newman. Newman gets the sac fly, and that will be now 7-0 for the Spanish Fork Dons over the Payson Lions.
For Spanish Fork, shortstop, number 4, Andrew Pintar.
Brings up Andrew Pintar. Pintar has been particularly impressive in this game. See if he can't add to his performance. Off-speed pitch grooves in there for strike one on Pintar. Gets a piece of it, but it is a foul ball. That is strike two on Pintar. I'll need to choke up a bit here, make sure that he protects the plate. Shoots it on over to third. Third baseman gets it. Able to throw it on over, and that is out. Number 3 in the top of the 5th.
In the 5th inning.
Spanish Fork Dons push across a couple more runs, and we are now looking at a 7-0 game against the Lions. Another reminder that today's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Two Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive. It's been all sorts of offense so far for the Spanish Fork Dons, and it has been nothing but zeros, strikeouts, and a single base runner for the Payson Lions. It has been quite an impressive pitching performance. Just a reminder that our next live game is on Friday, April 13th at 3:30 p.m. It'll be the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles against the Sky Ridge Falcons. Tune into that on SF17 Sports. Along with tuning into our channel, you could also tune into our YouTube channel as well at youtube.com/SpanishFork17 to be able to view that game. And that is strike one. A 1 count on Draper. Make that 0-2. Another big cut. Ball one. Draper struggled on the mound in this game. He's also struggled a little bit at the plate as well. Hopefully reverse that around here. Fouls it off. That one's in the dirt for ball two. Draper showing some patience here, working back into a more favorable count. Oh, and he chases the high heat for strike three. It's 5 strikeouts on the game. Lions still seem to be struggling to make any kind of contact in this game. Brings up second baseman Sanderson. Fouls it off into the backstop for strike one. And that all right, looks like they ruled that a foul ball. It looks like it did go into his leg before it went out into the field of play. So we've now got no 2 count here for Sanderson. Gets one out towards second base. Makes a nice play. Oh, not able to finish on the dig. And there is a runner on base for the Lions.
Now hitting for Payson will be the catcher. Number 1, Gage Williams.
Second baseman was able to range over and get to it. Unfortunately, on the throw, it was a little low and made it hard for the first baseman to get the dig there. So I got runner on first. Ooh. Made him look silly on that one. That is strike one. Not a very confident swing there. No one count to Williams. Make that 1-1. That one's in the dirt. Gage Williams was a strikeout victim in his last at bat. Again, common theme, unfortunately, for the Lions. Fouls it off. Needs to speed up the bat just a bit. Sit behind it just a little bit. That's a 1-2 count here for Gage Williams. The high heat worked on Draper. Did not work on Williams. Was able to lay off on it, so we got a 2-2 count. But it worked that time. Strikeout number 6. 2 Ks on the game for Gage Williams.
Now hitting for the Lions, the right fielder, number 15, Hank Bowers.
Brings up Hank Bowers. Bowers was another strikeout victim in his first at bat. That's low for ball 1. The Lions do still have Sanderson over there at first base. He's able to get on the missed dig, the underthrow by the second baseman. That is strike 1. Right down the pipe. Big cut. Catcher jumps up to make sure that Sanderson didn't try to advance. Got 2 strikes. 1-2 count here to Hank Bowers. The Lions desperately need some runs here. All right, bit of a timeout. Think about it for 2 seconds. Want to make sure you got the right pitch here dialed up. Ooh, not missing by much. It's a 2-2 count. We'd love to see Sanderson find a way back to home plate. See what Bowers can do here. The high heat once again. And that is 3 strikeouts on the inning, 7 for the game. And the Lions just have no answer for the Dons pitching in this game. As we head over to the top of the 6th inning, thank you so much for tuning in to Spanish Fork 17. We hope that you stick with us after the break.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Okay, we are back on Spanish Fork 17. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been a great game for the Dons. It is 7-0 heading here. Heading here into the top of the 6th inning. The Dons have been impressive on the offensive end. getting contributions from several players, but they've also been impressive on the pitching end. There's been 7 strikeouts this game for the Lions. The Payson Lions really have struggled on offense in this game. All right, it brings up Cy Nielsen, Don's number 3 hitter. Nielsen's got a walk on the game. He also has a sac fly. He did strike out in his most recent at bat. Let's see what Nielsen can do here. First pitch, and he lines it right in between the third baseman and shortstop, and we have got ourselves another single. Attacking that first pitch, saw what he liked and just went right for it. And we've got a base runner here to start off the inning for the Dons. Brings up Dylan Lee, first baseman and cleanup hitter for the Dons. Takes it low end outside for ball 1. Lee has had a bit of a struggle at the plate in this game. See if he can't get his first hit here in this at bat. Squirts it foul. Kind of cue shotted that one over towards third base. All right, we got a 1-1 count here for Dylan Lee. Cy Nielsen started us off with a leadoff single. Still 7-0 in favor of the Spanish Fork Dons. Oh, gets fooled on the off-speed junk for strike 2, but it does squirt away from the catcher. So Nielsen is able to advance, get himself in scoring position here for Lee. It's probably one of the best pitches we've seen so far from the Lions. Able to really fool him on that one. 1-2 count here. And that is strike 3. Yeah, offensive struggle continues there for Dylan Lee. Someone who has not been struggling, on the other hand, here is Josh. Josh has been very impressive in this game. He's got a single, he's got a triple, he's got 2 runs. Been looking really great here. It's low for ball 1. Got another RBI opportunity here with Nielsen over at second base. Lefty gets a hold of it, and it is over the shortstop's head, and that is going to be scoring Nielsen. We're looking at 8-0 for the Dons. And he will mosey his way on over to second base for a double. Beautiful piece of hitting. Been a lot of that today for the Dons, just being able to sit back and watch the ball go the other way. Good patient approach at the plate. Dylan Hall steps back into the box. Keeping him close over there at second base. Wouldn't want this game to continue to get out of hand. Gets past, and he's heading over to third, and he is in after the ball gets past the catcher. Pass balls have been an issue here in this game for the Lions. A lot of runners have been able to advance and get into better scoring position. Pitching command has been a little bit of a struggle. As you can see there, a little bit high and outside. Ball 2. Foul tips it. Big cut. Big cut. Definitely looking to square one up, that's for sure. Took a big hack at it. Hall's had himself a pretty good game here, too. He's got a double and a single. He did score as well. See if he can't get the RBI here. Low and outside. Worked himself into a nice count here. See if he can't find the pitch that he likes and rope it out into the outfield. Beautiful pitch. Must not have been what he wanted. That's what I would have wanted. That was right down the middle. All right, runner at third here for Dylan Hall. And that is ball 4. That particular off-speed pitch did not miss by much. A lot of folks behind me in the crowd that really didn't like that call. So now we've got runners on the corners here for the Dons. Got number 5, Sage Olson, up at the dish. Olson's got a walk and a single on the game. And the Dons are continuing to threaten here in the top of the 6th. That is in the dirt. Ball 1. Hope the folks out in the ballpark are enjoying this weather because it is a beautiful day for baseball. As I've probably said only like 2 or 3 times, maybe more than that. I keep saying it just because it is. It's a beautiful day. This is the type of day that you just think of when you think of a baseball day. Olsen gets back in there. Rips it over towards the shortstop. Shortstop makes a good play. But it does plate another run, though. And it does advance Hall over to second. It is now 8-0 Dons.
Now batting for Spanish form number 2, Brock Johnson.
Looks like we have got a swap out here at the designated hitter spot. It's Brock Johnson. Takes it low and outside for ball 1. Might be seeing a couple more substitutions here as the game winds down, with the Dons having it pretty much in hand at this point. 1-0 count. Another one low. Catcher's able to make sure that it doesn't get away. It's a 2-0 count. Good patient approach here by Johnson. It's always hard when you're a pinch hitter. You just want to get in there and just rip at the ball, you know. You want to show the coach what you got, and but good for him, though. He's been good at making sure that he doesn't go after something that's not a good pitch. And there you go. Got himself a walk, but we also have trying to advance from second, which he does. Gets in safely at third. Hall is able to somehow advance. It didn't look like it squirted away from the catcher that much, but he was able to motor on over there.
Providing for the Dons, the left fielder, number 13, Carson Chappell.
Chappell steps back up. Chappell has also been quite impressive in this game. See if he can't add to his numbers. And we have yet another pass ball, another tough pitch to corral in there for the catcher. Johnson advances to second on the play. As I said, Chappell has been really good. He's got 2 runs on the game. He did get a stolen base as well, a couple singles. Takes it for a ball, showing a good, patient approach, as most of the Dons hitters have shown throughout this game. Not wanting to extend the strike zone too much, just take what you get and look for the pitch that you like, which many of them have. They've found a way to stay back on the ball and shoot a lot of balls into the gap the other way. And that one is crushed. And look at that. Chappell has got himself a 3-run blast. 2-run blast. What an impressive game for that young man. Gets a well-deserved applause and a well-deserved meeting out there outside the dugout. Teammates patting him on the head, patting him on the back, pretty much patting him wherever they can find real estate. What a beautiful shot out to center field. Brings on yet another pitching change for the Lions. That is not the kind of hit that you usually see from a number 9 hitter. But boy, oh boy, has Chappell had himself quite the game.
Number 10, right-hander Austin Hone. Hone pitching for Payson.
Austin Hogue now in the game, pitching for the Lions. Lions pitching really has been quite the struggle. It's their 4th pitcher on the game. Even the relievers have had their struggles against this powerful Dons lineup. Just hoping for someone that can get them some outs at this point. Just look at that beautiful sky out there. A couple clouds, but beautiful blue skies, a little bit of wind. Great day to be at the ballpark. A couple people in the crowd have some blankets, but just beautiful weather. That is in for strike 1. Newman has been one of the few Dons hitters that has struggled in this game. He has had a couple of sacrifices. 1 sac fly. Was able to advance some runners. So it's had some productive outs, but I'd like to see him do something like that. Shoots it into the gap. Newman's legging out at least a double here. Moses his way on over. Puts the car in park. And he is in there with a double.
Batting for the Dons, the shortstop number 4, Andrew Pintar.
Nice piece of hitting there. Found a nice ball just a little bit above the belt. Nice line drive into the gap. Beautiful piece of hitting by the leadoff hitter. Brings up Andrew Pintar, one of the stars of the game so far. It's a little high for ball one. That is a great pitch. Paints the corner there for strike one. Good off-speed delivery. No, his delivery was great, but off-speed offering was what I was going for there. Another off-speed offering, but this one misses low for ball two. Fouls it off there. Strike two. A lot of runs in this game for the Dons. Definitely had to be encouraged by this offensive performance. Last game they were only able to squeak across three. They did still win, of course, but it is nice to see that there's a little bit more offense in this lineup. And yet another ripped shot. Now, the center fielder looked like he was able to handle it, but then looks like it ended up falling to the ground. Another run scores there. Newman scores from second. Pintar gets himself another double. We're looking at 11-0 now for the Dons. Cy Nielsen back up. Watches that one spin in for strike one. Backed away thinking it was a little inside, but nips the black there. That one is inside for ball one. Seems to like that spot. That is another ball. 2-1 count here for Nielsen. Andrew Pintar sitting over there at second base. Lions are desperate for any kind of out they can get here. That's another ball. Nielsen can be a little choosy here, working himself into a nice hitter's count. Out in front. Out in front on it. He's very eager. I'd be eager too. The runs have been coming in, so ball's got to look like a beach ball out there for these guys with how well they've been hitting. Just a little ahead of it. And that is ball four. Nielsen takes his place at first base. Now we've got runners on first and second here for Dylan Lee. Score is 13-0 in favor of the Dons. Another shot, but it is foul. Another cue shot that's over towards the third base line. Lee is one of the other few batters in the lineup that has had his struggles here against the Lions pitching. He has struck out twice in this game. And there is another strike. Nipping that outside corner. But he gets a hold of that one. Shoots it out to right field. Right fielder is able to camp under it, and thankfully for the Lions, that is the end of the inning. Dylan Lee shoots it out to right, but there were tons of runs scored in that particular half. So we'll see what happens here with the Lions coming back up here in the bottom of the 6th. Just a quick reminder that today's game is brought to you by Tony Basso Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heat, Cooling, Plumbing, 2 Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, and Dickerson Automotive. It has been an eventful 6 innings so far here for the Dons. 13 runs is quite the impressive offensive display. And not only that, the pitching has been completely on point in this game. 7 strikeouts and really only 2 base runners in this game. To say elite might actually be underselling it. It has been a great pitching performance.
Things off in the 6th inning for Payson. Third baseman, number 14, Kyler Everard.
Number 14 steps up for the Payson Lions. Bit of high heat there for ball 1. Kyler was one of the relievers that came in earlier in the game. Takes that one for ball 2. There's strike 1. Doesn't really have to push himself too much here. Just make sure to locate the pitch as well. Let the hitting do their job, you know. Two count. Tried to pull the string there, but pulled it a little too softly there as it goes in the dirt. We've got a full count. And just misses there for ball 4. Lions get their leadoff runner on base here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings them back up to the top of their order.
For Payson, the leadoff man, number 10, Austin Hogue.
Austin Hogue was one of the few base runners that the Lions have had in this game. He was able to get a walk in his last at bat. Takes strike 1 there. Struck out in his first at bat. This is at bat number 3 as we get through the third rotation here of the lineup for the Lions. Outside and low for ball 1. Dons are looking at a potential complete game shutout here. As he keeps the runner safe over there at first base, keep him close. 1-1 count here to Austin Hogue. Steps off, needs some time to think about it, go over the pitch with the catcher. Make sure they got the right one dialed up. Really kind of struggling with it. I want the fastball. No, I want the curveball. No, I want the changeup. It's so difficult. Let's see what we've got picked out. Ooh, the heat. And that pops the glove for strike 2. Gonna need to protect the plate here a bit. High heat, high and outside. It's ball 2. Anything that the Lions can do to get runners on base, they need to do it. Pulls the string a bit and gets the ground ball. Chops it over to second. Oh, fumbles it a bit. And they're able to get another base runner. Hogue makes it on the bobble there by the second baseman. And we've got runners on first and second base for the Lions.
The hitter for the Lions, the shortstop, number 5, Cale Ford.
Brings up Cale Ford. That's strike 1. Ford was able to be productive in his last at bat. He sacrificed bunted Hogue over to second base. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Ford also struck out in his first at bat. It's high, 2-1 count. It's probably the best opportunity that the Lions have had to score a run here. Sure, they would love to at least plate one of these just so they don't go home with the goose egg. More high heat, but a little too high and also a little outside there for ball 3. As Ford has worked himself into a nice count here, 3-1. Got a nice pitch. Was a little behind it though, couldn't quite turn on it quick enough. Fouls it off. The count is now full. This is, as I said, this is the best opportunity that the Lions have had here. See if Ford can't find a way to capitalize on it. Ball is way up in the air. Get under it for the out. And able to keep the runners at first and second.
Hitting for Payson, left fielder, number 9, Wyatt Monroe.
Brings up Monroe. Monroe is hitless in this game, much like most of the Lions in this particular one. Got one out here, and they still got an opportunity with runners at first and second. Strike 1.
Get outside. You've been letting that go all day. Now you call it.
Very, very high. First ball 1 there. Monroe needs to be patient yet aggressive at the same time here. Finds one he likes, he needs to swing at it, which he liked that one but got under it. Third baseman is moving over, and there is the catch. Out number 2 on the inning.
Now hitting for the Lions, the center fielder, number 3, Garrett Benson.
All right, Benson takes the first pitch there for ball 1. Benson has been able to make some contact here in this game. Did fly the last one out to center field. High again. Got ball 2. Lions are indeed desperate here to get at least one across. Flares it out foul. Third baseman is able to get it in. That wraps up the bottom of the 6th inning, and it also wraps up the ball game for us with Dons. The Dons killing it in this particular game. 13-0 is your final score. Spanish Fork Dons over the Payson Lions. Beautiful, beautiful day in the ballpark for the Dons. A less beautiful day for the Payson Lions. A fantastic pitching performance. There was a complete game shutout, 7 strikeouts, and we had several contributions from key players. Andrew Pintar had a phenomenal game. Our catcher Josh had a phenomenal game. Carson Chappell, though, with the 3-run bomb. An amazing shot there. So that is it for this particular production of Spanish Fork 17. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we hope that you stick around for future broadcasts, and we hope that you've had as an enjoyable day as we've had in the ballpark.